Well, it's the morning after. Last night it got down to 16 degrees. Everybody did okay yesterday. I hope everybody did all right last night. Hey, big boy. How we doing? You finished singing? Well. Okay, John.
Yeah?
You gonna break that ice up? Come on. Good morning, everybody. Everybody accounted for it? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Everybody's all accounted for. Alright, that's good.
Hi, guys.
Okay, get their bucket of food out. Get their buckets out so we can fill it with the food. And I put their feed buckets inside the coop last night in case it snowed again. We didn't have any prediction of snow, but you never know. After we feed these birds, I'm going to take you to the driveway. I did a little video yesterday on snowblower safety, but when I got into the house, there was no video. I guess the battery on this camera just froze up, and it took the beginning of the video, but it never finished. Anyway, after I feed these chickens, I'm going to go down the driveway and go over a little snowblower safety. Be back in a couple of minutes. Well, the chickens are fed. We got 2 eggs, and I made it to the front of the house, completely out of breath. Yesterday, what I did in the video that froze was to show what I did with the driveway. Well, the chickens are taken care of. I dug a little path over here to get to my snowblower. This is something I just put up yesterday because I didn't want to have to wrangle this out of the garage. So this is covered. I'm ready to do 300 plus feet, straight down, straight up. See you in a couple hours, guys. My driveway is only about a car and a half width. It used to be wider, but over time with the erosion I let it go and it just closed in somewhat. And again, this driveway is millings and stone. So when I do the snow plowing on here, people said if you have a stone driveway you can't use a snow blower. Well, I don't know how many years I've been doing it with a snow blower now. That's a myth. You can see down below how the wind blew some of that snow back in again. Okay, it was pretty windy last night. I'm surprised more of this didn't come in, but it was pretty well frozen yesterday. So that's it on the driveway. This part right here is part of my lawn, and I go further into the lawn as we go down. The same on this other side over here. And the reason for that is we have this hill over here, and if it should snow afterwards, the snow blower throws that snow so far, but then it'll just slide right back down. So what I have to do, I have to come off to the side somewhat. Ooh, sorry about that. I have to come to the side somewhat so I'll have that snow has room to slide down. And just a couple of tips on this blow. First of all, this is what was inside the blower when it ran out of gas yesterday, and I just pulled it into the little makeshift shack I have. You see this in here? Before you start your blower, because the belts are powering the shaft can't turn because this is locked in, so something has to give, and it'll be your belts. Video up above over here that talks about this a little bit more. If you have snow like this in your auger and down by the propeller, your blower will start, but when you turn the blades on, it'll burn those belts because this will be frozen. Now it could be just packed in there, and it might not be frozen. If it doesn't burn your belts out right away, it will wear them down significantly, and if it's frozen, you'll burn those belts right up. Now another thing, when you're cleaning this out, use one of the paddles that come with your blower, or in my case I use a piece of pallet wood that I have that I just clean all this out, and never put your hands, let me see this, okay, I thought the camera went out again. And never stick your hands down in there, because even with the engine off, the spark plug pulled, there could be tension on that belt. And once you clean up the snow, and then you clean up this little bit of ice in here, or vice versa, with your hand in there, that tension could give, and if your finger is in there, you're going to come out with part of your finger missing. That's a big one, and a lot of people don't realize it. It was a couple of years before I caught on to that myself. Fortunately, I wasn't hurt, and I hope none of you guys are hurt. Now, another thing, you want to definitely check your oil before you go. People ask, what oil should I use? Follow your manufacturer's instructions if you don't have that. I use most of my machines straight 30 weight, but with weather like this, I should have had like a 10W in there. I think I would have been better off with that. But I used what I had. Today it's going to be in the teens again. I'm going to wait. Sometime this week it's supposed to warm up to the 30s. I'm going to take this out, clean it up, run it, and change that oil. It did some work. Yesterday was the first time I used a full tank of gas during the driveway. It was a lot of snow out here. A lot of snow. And that's about it. There was something else. Anyway, and this over here, this is just a temporary fix for me. These are just some pallets I threw together. I don't have anything supporting them but the pallets themselves. A couple of slats going across to hold it together. I have them pitched into one another, kind of like TP'd. With all that wind, it didn't blow down, so it held up. And again, to get in and out of the garage is a little tough, the angle I have to come out at, so it was easier for me just to do this. But make sure before you use it that this is freed up. You don't want to burn those belts out, and then more than likely you won't have spare belts, and you'll have a driveway that's not cleared, a blower that you can't use, and take it from there. Well, that's it, guys. This was just a quick video, a follow-up from yesterday's. Yesterday was a little more detailed, but it's getting cold out here. I have to get in, and I just want to point out those safety tips. Until next time, stay warm and stay safe.